to further their own cause. They'll just step forward and say, well, we need more control.
And how do we stop it? How do we stop it? I think you got a mic open there, Justin. I think you have a mic open. How do we stop this? What do we do? How do we say not no, but that's enough?
Well, here's, in my opinion, where it starts is in your local community. People need to get up and get out in their own communities and go down and root this evil philosophy out. Sustainable development, Agenda 21, has come down to every community in America. There's reasons for that, but every community in America is riddled with this stuff. That's where people need to start. Forget looking at Washington. Forget looking at Congress. They've never done anything for 40 years except bury us deeper and dig the hole deeper. We need to get into our local communities and run these rascals out and then send a message up the food chain. When we're done here, we're coming for you. That's the way it has. That's the essence of a populist movement. You can't call yourself a populist, if you will, if you're not willing to get out in your own community and clean house right there where you live.
Well, I think people are, that's what America, again, is all about, is people getting involved, people getting interested, people doing the next right and honorable thing. And boy, it is time. I mean, we don't have a lot of time, and I think it's coming down around our shoulders. Yes. Thank you so much, Patrick Wood, for joining us. Yeah. Thank you for joining us in the Power Hour today. We look forward to having you back on again.
My pleasure.
Remember,
thank you
so very much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about the truth. And, oh my gosh, there's so little of it out there. Tomorrow we're going to be talking to Dr. Elena George about the healthcare plan, program, fraud, whatever you want to call it, and Truot will be joining us tomorrow, talking about Mother Earth minerals and a new multivitamin complex I've been using that I really like. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a blessed day. It's all about the truth. We love you all at the Power Hour. We'll see you tomorrow.
You.
Are you looking for the right place to purchase your landscaping items? Well, come see us at Hydroscape. Hydroscape offers a large selection of irrigation products including Irritrol and Toro, such as their efficient precision nozzles. For 40 years, Hydroscape has been family-owned and operated, serving Southern California. With 17 locations, our knowledgeable and experienced staff is equipped to help you with all your irrigation, landscape, and outdoor living projects. Whether you're installing irrigation systems, wanting to maintain a healthy landscape, or simply create a beautiful lit space for outdoor entertaining, Hydroscape is the place to go. Visit our website at hydroscape.com for more information and find helpful articles on our blog, or call our customer service center at 1-800-395-4477.
This is 1050 AM KCAA Loma Linda and 106.5 FM Yucaipa.
If you can't decide what to get Dad for Father's Day, now you don't have to. The Home Depot has 4 great tools and 1 great gift. The Ryobi One Plus Lithium-Ion Super Combo Kit, now just $129. Its powerful lithium-ion battery also works in over 70 other tools. So that was the easy part. Now, go pick out a card. The Ryobi 4-Piece Super Combo Kit, just $129. Father's Day savings now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through June 22nd, U.S. only.
Napa know-how!
Goop, gunk, sludge, whatever you want to call it. It's the stuff that makes your engine just plain dirty. Luckily, the active cleaning power of Pennzoil Conventional Motor Oil, just $3.39 a quart at Napa, helps keep your engine clean. So pick up Pennzoil Conventional for $3.39 a quart at Napa and say goodbye to gunk. That's Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer expires 6/30/16.
Look, you can't go a week without hearing how the Ford F-150 is way ahead, leaving every other truck choking on its gravel. And when it comes to safety, the truck that leads the pack is the high-strength military-grade aluminum alloy body Ford F-150. F-150 is the only pickup to earn both of the most important safety awards in America. First, it earned the government's highest overall safety rating, 5 stars, for all sides and all cab configurations. And now, F-150s earn the IIHS top safety pick on Super Cab and Super Crew with optional forward collision warning. The competition? Yeah, right. Just don't ask for both safety awards, because that ain't happening, pal. Let's review. F-150 is the only pickup to earn both awards, once again raising the stakes for what a truck should be. This is the safest Ford F-150 ever, and every other truck is history.
Government 5-star safety ratings are part of the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's new car assessment program. Tests include driver and passenger front side and side barrier pull tests.
Hey, I'm Paul, the guy who used to ask if you could hear me now on Verizon. Not anymore. I switched to Sprint. Yeah, you heard that right. I switched to Sprint. It's 2016, folks, and every network is great. In fact, Sprint's reliability is now within 1% of Verizon's. 1%. But Sprint is saving you 50% on most Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile rate plans. That's right, a great network, half the rate. I switched, and millions more have too. Can you hear that? Don't let a 1% difference cost you twice as much. Visit a Sprint store, sprint.com/network, or call 800-SPRINT1 today.
Reliability claim based on third-party drive test average savings until 5/31/18. After pay full amount subject to $30 activation fee. Credit and valid port in applies to Verizon plan 1, 3, 6, 12, 18, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 gigabytes. AT&T mobile share value 300 megabytes and 2, 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50 gigabytes. T-Mo Simple Choice 2, 6, 10 gigabytes. Carrier features differ. Plans exclude unlimited music and video streaming, data carryover, tethering, and cloud options that other carrier plans may offer. See website for eligible plans. Limited time offer. Must choose from forwarding carrier rates. Offer coverage not everywhere or for all phones. Restrictions apply.
Plexus Slim, the pink drink. It works. Finally, there is a healthy solution to help you lose weight, experience quick results, and keep the weight off. People around the country are experiencing amazing results, and you can too. Plus, right now, you can try it free for 7 days. Just email your name, address, and phone number for a free sample to tryplexusfree@gmail.com. The pink drink. It works.
You're listening to the Inland Talk Express, 1050 AM and 106.5 FM, KCAA Loma Linda.
Legalize it. Don't criticize it. I will advertise it. Some call it tampy. Some call it the weed.
Welcome to Cannabis Corner with Elmo Greenmeds.
Hey, how's it going, Robert?
And Robert Porter on KCAA 106.5 FM, 1050 AM, teaching San Bernardino about local cannabis-related issues. Created by Green Meds Entertainment and I Love San Bernardino Productions. Our call-in line, 1-888-909-1050. 1-888-909-1050. And we want people to call,
We
right?
sure do. Whether you love cannabis, hate it, have questions, whatever it is, call us. We're here. We'll hash it out.
Yes, we'll definitely hash it out, that's for sure. We got Mr. Eddie Funkster here with us today.
Oh, man.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
And Mr. Slick Reeferson over here. All right,
We said to hash it out. We brought the hash.
Yeah, we're really hashing it out today. Woo!
Man.
All right, well, man, it's been a little while since we've been on the air. We got politics out last week. I'm so sorry, team. We couldn't have you on last week, but we got you back. Thank you for coming.
Yes.
And we do appreciate that because we weren't quite sure that was going to happen, but when it did. And I guess the elections went all right. We had a little higher voter turnout, so.
Yes, and that's going to make it so that initiatives and whatnot in the future need more signatures.
Oh, that is true. So, I guess we should just jump right into some current events. I want to know what happened at the LRC there, Mr.
Oh,
Raymond.
man.
The Legislative Review Committee for the City of San Bernardino.
The Legislative Review Committee. Yes, we had a meeting today. We had a great presentation from the City Attorney's Office that was talking about another initiative that I had told people about, that I had aired some concerns and expressed that this wasn't what I thought was the best deal for the city, but they had the money to go ahead and pay people $10 a signature to get the signatures.
Which is unheard of, team.
And they turned them in.
They paid you $10 to get your signature?
That's what they paid the gatherers to go out.
Oh, the gatherers. I thought like the people that just came up got $10 for signing.
No,
that was a lot of money in that campaign.
Well, yeah.
That's the way to get a vote.
That might be illegal.
I think, but they could pay the gatherers to
they
go
sue
out.
San Bernardino. They really don't. They just want to make money. So
there you go.
I seen it today.
So they turned it in.
They got this. They got well over the required signatures, by the way.
And it doesn't look good. This initiative doesn't look good. It's very restrictive in the number of dispensaries, which a lot of the prohibitionists will like. Only one per ward, or actually less than one per ward. I think that it only allowed for 5 to start with. So a lot of the prohibitionists are like, well, that's great. We don't have so many pot shops. Well, when you only have 5, the licenses become so much more valuable. And when these licenses are only going to cost $250, and the parcel numbers have already been picked out to where these licenses are going to be attached to, this all smells like it's only going to benefit a small group of people, probably the people that pitched in that money to get the $10 per signature on there so that they could get, these highly valuable things for next to nothing. They're preying on our vulnerability at this point.
Do you feel like the city attorney has, or anyone in the city has any idea that this is occurring?
Oh, they know. This was what was discussed at the LRC, was the urgency. The mayor was in attendance.
The mayor was
there? The mayor was in attendance. He didn't sit on the dais. He's not a part of the committee, but he was in attendance.
Wow.
And he actually engaged in some conversation with Damian Martin. I think you've met him before.
Damian Marley? Damian Martin? Oh, sorry, wrong guy.
Yes. Attorney and cannabis consultant to cities that are wanting to regulate.
The guy with the long hair. We've had him on here.
Yes.
I always tell him he needs to get a haircut.
So he put on a good presentation on what he thought the city could do in regulating from the industrial end, not even from the dispensary end, but looking at regulating cultivation, manufacturing, testing, and all of that, and using those license fees and regulatory costs to put out the black market. Okay. And so the mayor actually engaged in conversation with him, so it was pretty decent. But the general consensus of not just the LRC members, the mayor, the people that spoke, was there is urgency now. This will be on the ballot.
So they could they come up with an alternative?
Well, that's what they're looking at now. What can we do? Because they're realizing, just there are some issues with this. The city attorney brought up that there are issues with this.
The people that own these parcels, are they going to end up being the people who decide who our politicians are because they'll have all the money to be able to put into political campaigns?
Well, most of the people that are doing these things have, like, I've been in Desert Hot Springs, Coachella, Palm Springs. I've been in a couple of these low desert and high desert communities in Atlanta and stuff. And what I've kind of picked up from, my street pharmacist hypothesis is that these guys are the ones that have been 40, 50 years in giving money to politicians in Democratic, Republican parties, and they have been paying for that for years. And they're the ones that have that carte blanche to get these licenses and
the access.
They have that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I haven't donated any of the Funksta family of the last 5 generations have never donated a dime to any politician. If anything, we've been a heavy thorn in every one of them dudes that has ever been politicians. So I don't have that access. Good thing I have the knowledge that I have to get me in these places. But people that have these licenses, these guys are very well connected with politicians, attorneys, and real estate people, and all of them all go through the circle of, Illuminati style.
Kennedy became president, and his
then they shot him.
Yeah, and his friend had.
Then they shot his brother because they're worried about his brother might be the same radical dude. So
I was just thinking,
I respect their views massively, but
I
it
was
sucks.
thinking prohibition ending is a chance for people to get politically almost unstoppable.
Well, they let you get into their politics. They're not telling us not to be there. We can all be there. Rudy Reyes in San Diego just ran for supervisor seat, got 38%. I'm probably wrong on the numbers, but I know it was over 30%.
Wow.
He got over 30% of the vote of a seat that's been in action for about 30-something years. So he put in a nice thorn in that dude's seat in San Diego just his last election last Tuesday. We're hoping he was going to win because that seat can stop prohibition in San Diego County. So he was trying to go for it. So we have that option to go in there and change it. We're lazy. We're stoned.
There are a few stepping up.
There are a few, but the ones
meds right here.
Yes, and that's good.
And you?
Well, I'm not running for a political seat, so
I'm not running
yet.
I will make the political people money.
You said you wouldn't give to politics. Doesn't mean they can't give to you.
Yeah, they can give to me. I'm just not a liar and a thief. I'm just too honest.
That's what we need in there.
Nah, look what's happening to Bernie. They'll burn me down. I'll go down with a hash.
Oh, yeah,
I'll be the guy that's busted in a San Bernardino hotel by the Greyhound station buying hundreds and thousands of pounds of hash. They had me on video doing something stupid like that just because I was bored on a Saturday. So, I can't be a politician.
Well, yeah, they felt burned, I guess, but he's still getting his point across in there, and
hopefully.
I think they at least heard him on cannabis.
I'm voting for Dennis McKenna. We need a tryptamine professor as president.
Ooh, interesting.
I'll switch gears on that. Go back to Cannabis Corner.
All right. Well, we're getting in. I want to find out about. We got Chalice coming up, right?
Oh man.
And we have we're trying to give away this cool piece here.
Oh yes.
Yes. Can I that's the camera, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I go up there and do some things?
Yeah. Go on. Step up. While he's doing that, you got a history roach for us, maybe?
Oh yeah, man. Cannabis History Roach Clip, 10,000-year history of marijuana use in the world on website Advanced Holistic Health. 8,000 plus BCE, use of hemp cord and pottery identified in ancient village site dating back over 10,000 years. 6,000 BCE, cannabis seeds and oil used for food in China. 4,000 BCE, textiles made of hemp are used in China and Turkestan. 2,737 BC. Wow, that's pretty darn accurate right there. That's first recorded use of cannabis as medicine by Emperor Shen Neng of China.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's good. Let's get... Hey, engineer, can we get the tape on that?
So look at that. Look at this. Now for those that are watching online or while we're on live right now, this beautiful Hitman piece, look at that. That's, yeah.
Wow. Do you put water in that?
Yes, you put water in there, and you can see this sidecar, they call that, with the honey wand percolator.
What? Why is it a honey wand?
Well, just look at it.
Yeah, it looks like the honey wands that they stir honey
see
with.
That?
Oh, okay,
on the bee ranches.
Like from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Trying to get his oil and his honey. I mean,
Yeah, there you go.
Get that honey.
So we're gonna be giving that away.
Yeah.
Does that cause the bubbles to do something different in the water?
Yeah. So what Hitman Glass is known for is that they took the time and research and invested.
They practiced.
Research. I mean, years ago, my partner Doug, my best friend Doug, he was the one that owns Hitman Glass. He's the one that him and some partners of his, Eric and some of the glass blowers, got together, did some scientific work where they're testing percolators to see how they can add more saturation of oxygen to our hits so that our hits actually hit a little bit longer and feel good. So when you hit out of a Hitman pipe, there's science behind it on adding more oxygenation so that we can get higher off of it. So the THC molecules bleed into our capillaries and our lungs. Don't mean to get technical, but that's what we meant to do. Take a hit, man. That's what it means.
That's the next stage.
We like to get technical on the show because that's what we're here. We're here to educate and entertain.
So what he does is he designs perks, and we try to get a good solid hit out of the piece so that our medicine lasts longer and it gives a better delivery system.
That's not the whole thing, right?
No, well, the rig is just fancy, fits in your hand good. We deal with some patients that can't have small rigs, so some of the rigs have to be, good hand size, and we're all adults here. These ain't pipes for kids, so we make them in the size to fit in your hand, in an adult hand. So.
And then there's a bowl goes on top.
We have a slide. We have a slide in here for flour because this is the flour one that we're giving out this time.
It'll be glass on glass.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. The flour bowl I just didn't bring with me tonight. I wanted to make sure not to break it.
That little inner area right there.
It's called a ground joint, and they do that so that it gives the connection. So when you slide on the piece, it holds it on.
It connects it better. Okay.
Gives it a seal, like airtight seal type deal. So that's pretty much what it is. It makes it a lot cleaner instead of using plastic, and core rubber, stuff like that, like the old school, pieces that we
So
see.
this is like the rig for the cannabis nerd.
Pretty much, just for a person that wants their meds to go far and take a good quality hit. You get a hit and your eyes bleed. That's what you need, man.
with American-made glass.
All American pieces,
And-
American-made. This is made in-house here in California, and there's been a lot of hype of the whole China glass rumors. Them taking over, they're going after like Mothership and Mobius, and Hitman Glass is the worst one that they took advantage of. And
Hey, Slick, have you hit one of these before?
you hit one, Slick.
I have.
We'll get you loaded right now.
All right,
And
man.
So we're, yes, these
is that
are made
considered
in-house.
a dab? Could you dab out of that?
Out of that rig, yeah, you can get an 18 millimeter nail. It's an 18 millimeters for the slide, so that you need a bigger
Could you
hit with
smoke
weed.
like flowers out of that? Like
Yeah, that's what it's
regular
for. It's for
cannabis?
flowers. Yeah.
It's going to come with a flower bowl. Like I said, I didn't bring the bowl.
And then you could do the hash like you do too. And
Yes.
Oh yeah, you can use bubble hash or regular solventless hash or something like that. You can even put BHO on there. Just break it up and put it on your herb, burn it down. We don't discriminate. Use it all.
All right, it's interesting how all these things are like attach them together and use them for different things.
It's glass blowers.
Yes.
It's their fault.
Yes.
They ain't doing nothing but sitting there blowing glass and coming up with these cool little tricks for us to get high with. So you gotta love these dudes, man.
Bless them.
Now I hate to ask, but what does that run?
Retail, I believe that's about $300 to $350, I believe.
Wow, $350.
Yes, depends on the shop. We sell it at a wholesale cost, and then shops are the ones that give the price to the consumer. So it's not Hitman Glass's fault when they walk into a shop and there's an outrageously priced piece. It's the shop that's trying to stay open, pay for its employees. There's a lot of things that go into it just besides walking in and looking at a piece of glass that you want to
And it's
purchase.
a piece of art, but
Functional glass art.
Yes, it is. It gets you high.
scientific too. I mean, whew.
Yeah, we get down. Hitman Glass. So we do. That's why we're throwing chalice now, because we wanted to show people that we enjoy getting high and enjoying music.
So
and
what's
parties.
going on with Chalice?
Chalice is going off September.
September. What?
I'm thinking about something else. A lot of things going on. And July 8th to the 10th, we're going to be at the San Bernardino County Fairgrounds in Victorville, because we can no longer be local.
Not at the Orange Show.
Nope, Orange Show is purchased by another company that has
Well,
changed.
Not purchased, but has the.
They purchased the rights. It's kind of Insomniacs did it in like '95 or something like that with raves. That's why they can't be raves there anymore.
Exclusivity deal.
Yep,
yeah,
pretty
so
much.
It's just their events.
Their
can be
events
there.
only, which is a good move for the Orange Show. But unlike Insomniacs, they bought that and left. Now they're in Vegas, so now there's no more money coming from Insomniacs, or anybody can throw a rave at the Orange Show. So what's going to happen when High Times packs up and leaves, finds another city that is closer to LA?
We're going to bring Chalice back, but Chalice is on July 8th and 10th, coming up pretty soon here, right?
Yeah, it's next month. So you gotta get your tickets. We have venues all over the place with tickets.
Basically, Chalice is about glass and
Yes.
glass blowers
hash,
and pipes. And
glass, hash, and music. We're about the arts. We're mostly 150% about the artistic value and bringing it to the community.
How big is it usually?
Last year was pretty big. We had a large part of the Orange Show. The first year that we did it was a pretty large event also, but we were just getting footing going, and it was at the Orange Show only gave us a small piece of the area, so it was kind of last minute that we did the first show. Last year we had a lot more planning, and they gave us a big area of the Orange Show. And if anybody was there last year, we had a massive setup. Glass blowers are the center of the whole show. So you go in there, you get to see them making these pipes, and
I love Chalice.
what it takes to see for that. There's a couple of conventions that happen in Vegas and in Denver, and like the Big Show and AGE and Champs, and you have to be in the industry. You have to own a smoke shop, or you have to own or be a company, because you're selling to smoke shops. So it's only like an industry show. So most people, consumers, don't get to see these pipes or pieces or even these glass blowers, because they're at home all day making these pipes and then making a living.
Yeah.
So we bring them to the show, and they get a platform so that the people get to meet them, because some of these artists are like celebrities straight
They
up.
should be
So
showcased.
They are. So they're the ones that innovate the work.
You've been hitting that piece for 3 years and protecting it. You don't even know who made it.
Yeah, exactly. So now you get to go over there and check it out. And so you can go like on Friday and possibly communicate with an artist and get a piece, pick it up Sunday. It's very possible. So it's not only just pipes.
You get a
get
Hitman
pendants.
Glass piece too.
Oh, we're gonna have a couple of areas you can purchase Hitman Glass, and we have a couple of companies that we're gonna be, unveiling for the show, and we have a whole new line. Doug is coming up with a whole new summer line of Hitman Glass work that's flawless. It's ridiculously nice. That's gonna be coming out. So we're stepping over the hurdles, and we're getting through things.
Wait, something caught my eye on this flyer. It says become a judge and smoke the best. Now, Elmo,
Yes.
this sounds like a perfect job for you, dude.
Oh man.
How do we get Elmo to be a judge at Chalice?
Maybe we can work something out.
Oh, that would be incredible.
Are you interested in judging the suppositories? Because we have
yes.
anybody to volunteer.
Can we do that on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
no, we
Can we
better
do that on tape?
We better not
It is-
do that on air.
It's medicinal.
Can we do that on air, Jarvis?
It's medical.
Judge is a judge, right?
Yeah, he's a judge.
Let's talk to Mr. Westwood about the suppositories first. But
I'll send him an email.
That's interesting.
We'll give him a VIP
But
ticket.
you're totally serious about there being suppositories in, right?
We've been asked about them, but no, I haven't heard
Nobody
of it. This week is intake, so
Okay.
I'll let you know on
Well, you
Saturday.
definitely be intaking.
I'll call you. I'll call you if we got them. I'll let you know who's.
Hey, Scott, you're going to...
You guys want to try some?
It
worked very well.
It would work. It would
No,
work.
actually, a good friend of mine, Fumo, Senior Fumo, who makes pipes. He was in Washington. God rest his soul. He passed last September. That's probably why September was in my mind.
We dedicate
he
the show to him
Yeah,
today.
I love Master Fumo. He gave me a cross that he did of ACDC CBD strain cross with OG Kush. I gave him a bunch of RSO when he was in Washington when I was there, and he would take it and turn it into suppositories because he couldn't ingest anything anymore because his liver was so bad in his cancer.
That
so
makes sense.
it's we do joke about it and stuff, but realistically, when it comes down
If
to
you're
patients
really
and
sick,
surviving,
it's important.
yes,
There are certain
And it
for
might pack a mean buzz, too, dude.
Oh, he said nothing worked, and he'd never gotten high like that ever. And I think he was just trying to get me to boof the ganja, but I was solid.
well, yeah, for
Only on Cannabis
lower
Corner.
body
Yeah.
cancers and irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah, I mean, even if some people can't just swallow, or I had patients with feeding tubes and stuff, and we were able to get cannabis and other medicines to them, so we can definitely get it into them. But when they get to a certain part where they can't ingest any type of impurity, especially with liver cancer, then the only safest way to go is through a mucus gland, which is a suppository.
Okay.
Because then it won't go through their dietary tract and into their blood system in the form where it has to be converted in their liver to where it can make them sicker. This is what I was told by Senior Fumo, and I trust his words because he loves smoking herb. If you guys are ever at a cannabis show and you seen Fumo with his Fumo pipe out there, he had like a 4-foot pipe, and he was getting everybody hits of weed, and he would smoke too and take dabs, and
then
he
he just
loved it.
couldn't.
But then when he got real sick, and it came down to the importance of him having the quality of his life and being with his family, the suppositories were the only thing that helped him.
Well, I did hear that legalization is on its way. Maybe that's the side niche that we should look into.
The problem with that was that in Washington with legalization was that anything had to be 10 milligrams. So I don't think you can make a suppository.
That'd be
You'd
strong
shove 10 of them in you.
Oh.
Because his suppositories were making were about
okay.
400 or 500 milligrams of THC
It had
and
to be
CBD.
stronger, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. You're dealing with a high cancer patient. I'm pretty sure when medical comes around and catches up to the legalization part, then hopefully we'll be able to have 400 or 500 milligram suppositories for terminally ill patients that are on their deathbed that can wake up
What
and
about
have
a
some time with
CBD
family.
variety that had no
That works.
THC.
That works too, but when you just take away their pain, you want to make them happy.
Yeah, totally true.
You don't want to turn off the pain. You want to make them happy too. So you want to get them up and get them joking and laughing and get.
Feeling good is a part of feeling good.
So yeah, it's a side effect
that's
of
really
feeling. So man, we got music.
Technical difficulty.
He's on it.
How you doing over there, Slick?
No, sorry about that.
You learning anything new?
I was trying to do something.
Next track, Suppository Kush. Write it, Doug.
Hey, well, I'm gonna make a song just for that boy. Hell, man.
I did
put you on a
read
chalice.
today in the there was an editorial in the paper today about kids and the prohibitionists keep saying that kids use rates keep going up in areas where cannabis is legalized, and it turns out not to be true at all.
No, in Washington, we actually found out. I was there for 2 years, and that the studies, even in Colorado, I have a bunch of family in Colorado. The studies have shown the complete opposite, that the easier access stuff isn't really on the kids' radar. That's not the easy access stuff. Alcohol's still on the radar, and other hard drugs, prescription drugs are their number one kids' candy
those
nowadays.
are dangerous,
It has
too.
nothing to do with ganja. It's not the gateway drug. Dare's the gateway drug. DARE is, because they taught my kids when they're in the 3rd grade that you sprinkle sherm on your herb, which was a real bad deal because I was sprinkling keef on my weed.
What do you say? I got all the DARE Bear stickers. I mastered DARE program.
I was tripping on my 7-year-old kid knowing what sherm is. I was like, well, I haven't heard of that since like 95. What's going on?
I have to say, unfortunately, that all DARE did for me was intrigue me.
And they lied too. All those drugs never come to me like they promised.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's the biggest bummer. That is really it.
And they didn't teach you economics and DARE. It ain't cheap.
Yeah, I'm sure DARE worked on some people, but not if you're a curious kid. I just...
No, once you become an adult and you find out that the things they told you were really bad weren't, then it really shows that program was a joke, and then that's where kids really get into the harder drugs because they see that it's a joke because they told them that weed was a demon, and they find out that their grandmother and their dad and all these people smoke weed, and these people are normal, loving family members. Then they're like, well, maybe methamphetamines ain't so bad like DARE program said. Maybe heroin ain't so bad like the DARE program said. Yeah. And that's why the DARE program needs to shut up and just talk about the DEA should be, Drug Enforcement Administration's job should be making sure that they enforce the administration of my drugs. They should be at Hitman testing every one of these pipes to make sure that they can go to public. They should be, that's the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Administration. They should be enforcing the administration of our drugs, not arresting us.
I read an article that that's some of the heads of the DEA were actually owners in stock of drug testing facilities and stuff.
Oh, yeah, they're all slimy.
I was like, wow, man, that's a kind of conflict of interest there.
Well, that's something that I've said. You know, when say corporations, in particular pharmaceutical industry, when they are giving money to politicians, the politicians are expected to return favors when they get into office. And so the police no longer are there to serve and protect the citizens. They're there to protect the interest of the corporations.
Their investment interests.
And
yes,
that's what's really the end of the day, what goes on. Mm-hmm. If you're not a part of their system, they're going to demonize you, criminalize you, and do everything they can because you're not a part of their system.
That's why we're throwing chalice.
And there's a there's a paradigm shift in that system right now, and I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people who are unhappy on both sides. But just wow to see all this politics unfold right in front of us. I mean, prohibition ending does not happen usually. I mean, name the times.
It did with alcohol. That's it. And Jack Daniels came out of the hills in Tennessee and said, "Yo, look what I'm doing, everybody!" And now I've been all around the world and seen Jack Daniels. Yeah. So it's going to happen.
But what else happened though? We gave up the right to fuel our vehicles with ethanol.
Yep.
So we have
win some, lose some.
We have to be careful as to how we allow them to regulate us.
Well, turn the weed into ethanol.
Well, I do. Yeah.
Well, you can.
You can.
You can. You can actually grow your cannabis. You can.
In your bed of your truck.
You could separate your seed from your plant material. You can make alcohol, ethanol, with your plant material. You can grind the seed into oil, combine the two, and make biofuel out of the two products.
And probably eat it too.
An edible fuel product.
Yeah. Just make a cake and just glove it down right then. All right. So we're getting ready to go to break here.
Are we? Are we going to play our new bump? I heard we got a little...
Oh, we got a little ending bump here?
Huh.
Right on.
No, I guess he doesn't know about it.
Oh, so. You don't know about it yet? Oh, well, we'll have to figure that one out. But Elmo was in doing some promos and stuff.
Yeah, recording our promo spot.
So I think that's cool.
What do I hear?
Why is the sound guy looking at me like that?
Yeah, well, no, I think the engine. Are you okay? Are you okay, Carlos? Do you need a dab? Just kidding, dude. Go ahead and hit it, brother.
Legalize it. Don't criticize it. Legalize it, yeah. And I will advertise it. Some call it tampy. Some call it the weed. criticize it. Legalize it, yeah, yeah, and I will advertise it. Singers smoking and players of instrument too. Legalize it, yeah, yeah, that's the best thing you can do. Doctors smoking, nurses smoking, judges smoking, even the lawyer too. So you got to legalize it and don't criticize it. Legalize it, yeah, yeah, and I will advertise it. It's good for the food. Good for asthma. Good for tuberculosis. Even humora thrombosis. Got to legalize it. Don't criticize it.
Hey, Inland Empire, welcome back to Cannabis Corner with Elmo Greenman.
Yes, yes, yes.
Robert Porter here, and we got
Eddie.
It worked.
we got the funkster on the rig.
We need an email sponsor. I burned the microphone on the break.
Oh, man.
So we need somebody to hook us up with an email up at this place.
we need an email.
Before 9.
Get the email in the house, Okay, so we got go ahead and you introduce yourself, dude.
How's it going, everybody? I go by the name of Slick C.
Slick C, but what's your Slickerson Reeferson?
Oh, a.k.a. Slickerson Reeferson.
Yes.
It's a nickname. It's one of the nicknames, you know.
Really cool for a cannabis nickname. I dig it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Put professor in
Professor, there you go. I like that one. Dr. Slickerson.
You have the two kings of cannabis in my eyes right there. Cheech and Chong on your shirt.
It was a special occasion, man. I thought I'd just, wear it, keep it stony today.
Right on. So tell us a little bit about yourself, dude.
From San Bernardino, California, out here, man.
I love San Bernardino.
Man, I've been doing music for about almost like 15 years, since like 2005,
wow.
Right?
That's a long time,
28 years old.
Okay.
One of the locals putting it down around town. And I like to make good tunes, man. I like to make a lot of real stony tunes. My music's real laid back. Something you could just vibe to, just put on, medicate to, and just listen. And I'm sure everybody can relate to the things I rap about as well.
We have our host.
We're prepping right now.
Yeah, and our guests are getting ready. Yeah.
That smells so great.
What do you have for us today?
Hi, Mom.
Today, I got a couple songs. The first song I got is called "Up in the Clouds."
I feel like I'm up in the clouds right now, man.
Me too. That's CBD.
You're smelling them terpenes.
Yeah.
I usually drop a project every 420. So no matter what it is, if it's cannabis, cannabis-based a song, I usually drop a project.
That's Elmo's favorite number.
Hey, 420. Mine too. So the song right here, it's called "Up in the Clouds." It was from a project I did called Jeff Spicoli. You guys familiar with Jeff Spicoli, right?
Yeah. This is our time, dude.
Right? So the project I dropped was called Jeff Spicoli, and I had just a bunch of just relaxed type of beats on there, and just rapping about smoking and doing fun shit, cool shit,
Who's your biggest influence?
I'd have to say
on the weed level.
On the weed level, definitely got to give it up to the Stone Raiders, man. Cypress Hill.
Oh, okay, yes.
I just said Cheech and Chong, earache my eye.
Or
Dave!
Earache Dave's
okay.
not home!
Mama talking to me.
For sure.
Let me have to live. But I don't listen to her because my head is like I see.
The originals.
The OGs, man.
And I meant to say I'm high mom. Sorry, can I get that correct? Thanks, sound guy. Appreciate you.
Right. Carlos is great.
All right, so let's move into the next song.
Oh, yeah, we're going to cue up a beat?
There we go. I'll cue up the smoke.
Pedal to the metal, trying to take what we got. Even your baby mama ain't impressed with your pot. Leafy ass shit I'll never purchase off of ya. Smoked out, choked out, bump into mafia. I call it relax time. You the guy on the couch, ain't never bout shit. You just stay in the house. I wish it's easy to get so greasy. I developed a lifestyle. I need my nachos cheesy. So for all the days I swear I was broke. On the block with the product, I ain't talking about coke. Soaking game from my folks, that was about that life. Rolling up every second, only top shelf life. Now I'm hella grown, no time for the phony. I'm just riding on waves like Jeff Spicoli. So when you see me in the street, don't ask what's wrong with me. Chances are I'm probably medicated off that California tree.
Up in the clouds and I ain't coming down, 'cause I feel like I smoked on a half of a pound. Up in the clouds and I ain't coming down, 'cause I feel like I smoked on a half of a pound.
Break down right here.
Smoking in the morning, smoking in the evening, smoking in the afternoon. Smoking in the morning, smoking in the evening, smoking in the afternoon.
You say you got that bomb, but we know you lying. We smoking Peter Pan in a happy place fine. You say you got that bomb, but we know you lying. We smoking Peter Pan in a happy place fine.
Gotta pay homage to the Stone Raiders. We smoking plenty now, but they trying to downplay us. Saying weed is bad, but it couldn't be. Worst thing it does is give you the munchies. You sucked up on speed, trying to make it seem cool. But we know fools, we know what you do. That shit is for the peasants, we want no part of that. We up in the clouds, ain't nothing wrong with that, come on.
Up in the clouds and I ain't coming down, 'cause I feel like I smoked on a half of a pound. Up in the clouds and I ain't coming down, 'cause I feel like I smoked on a half of a pound.
We're here.
You said to get people high while you're listening to your music, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just making sure I'm keeping it on level.
You guys think about that one, man?
You know what? I really like that flow. That was chill and mellow.
Appreciate it.
Up in the clouds, definitely, dude. So what like kind of inspired you there? You smoking a bowl and try to write this out, or
my buddy had got a brand new batch of some stuff he was calling some cookies.
Yeah.
And he was, and I was like, man, this ain't the real cookies. Like everybody says they got cookies. There's only real growers and real, medicators know what the real cookies is. So we rolled up 2 blunts, and he was like, I bet you.
Well, our sponsor is home of the real Girl Scout cookies.
Nice.
So don't forget.
Shout out to him.
Don't forget the wellness, the 420 Wellness Center. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just had to get that in there because it worked out perfect.
Yeah, anybody, I could write songs all day.
So and on some Girl Scout cookies.
We'll give you other weeds. You can write other songs.
There you go. I'll write each strain. I'll write a different song for each strain if it comes down to it.
We got a lot of strains.
Yeah, so we were just up there. So we were just medicating on 2 blunts, and I was like, I made the beat, and I just went in there, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna do it like this. I want it to be real smooth. I had one of my friends do the hook, and I just said, just do it for me. Just say up in the clouds, and I ain't coming down. That's it. The rest is it.
Write it down.
Right.
So, do you do any poetry, or do you just write your own songs and then?
Yeah, I make my own beats, and I also rap all of them as well too. I do produce for a lot of other local acts as well. too, you know. Poetry, I haven't really, you know, I'm pretty sure I could do the poetry, but a lot of people have been trying to get me to go to spoken word and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so, you know?
I was to say,
Awesome,
I throw an open mic. You're always welcome to stop by at the Green Shack. It's actually tomorrow at tomorrow 7 o'clock at the Green Shack back patio. Come down to open mic and have a good time. I mean, watch or perform if you wish. Anything you wish. Yeah. Funkster wants to come down there and show some of your art.
I play the dabberadoo.
Hey, the didgeridoo is one of my favorite instruments.
I play the dabberadoo.
Dabberadoo.
I don't get down like that.
Okay, so what do you got next for us here, Mr. Reverson?
We still got time. Can I play 2 more?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Keep going.
Okay.
That means we have to smoke more.
This next song is called "We Get Hired."
Can we turn a fan on?
This is one I've been sharing all over.
Yeah, this is one you've been sharing. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. This song right here is off my new album. I put a new album out. I put a new album out this year on 420. It's called Relevant. And it's also on Apple Music and all major digital outlets as well too.
And all over I Love San Bernardino Facebook and Cannabis Corner.
Thanks. Shout out to Cannabis Corner.
San Bernardino Cannabis Concerns and Reform page.
I've seen that. Appreciate that.
That's very informative.
Yeah. Awesome, man. That's
all
awesome.
right, and we're going to be playing Mr. Reverson's music over and over with our little lineup of cannabis bands, including West Coast Avengers.
Shout out to West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, man. Herbalistics. Yeah,
Kid Dryden.
Yeah, all day long. There's so many great tunes and cannabis-related bands that we need to start showcasing more. Man, so thank you for stepping up.
I appreciate it, man. There's a lot of talents out here in the Empire. You know what I mean? And as far
that love cannabis too.
Yeah, they sure do.
That's actually like there's like a real big lane for that out here. You know what I mean? And it's good and it's dope because, you know, they're with the cannabis movement and they're all for it, you know? It's not just crummy, whack cannabis tune. It's real good music and
this spot right here, the IE of San Bernardino, though, has been like the center hub of moving ganja in the state for years. I mean, I've been here since '91, and I wasn't moving herb in the 8th grade, but when I got to the point to start moving herb, it was a lot of herb that was coming through here from Humboldt, passing through from NorCal, and it all stopped in Purdue because everything went to Vegas and shot to Arizona, and some of the stuff would flow through here.
The Mexican press would come up the other way. So it'd be like from Canada and Mexico right here.
And then we found out, we're like, well, why don't we just grow the weed and stop saving the guys some gas money? So we started growing mad ganja here. Like, we've been growing mad weed here since like 95, 96. So there's awesome. It's a heavy herb culture right here in Purdue. And
it's real big.
Yeah, we took care of ourselves for a long time.
All right, well, let's hear this next song, brother.
We Get Hired.
We get what?
We get hired? Yeah. Call me out. Told you I'm high, Mom.
Only on Cannabis Corner.
We smoke blunt after blunt, dab after dab, smoke joint after joint till we smoke the whole bag. We smoke O after O. Gram after gram, smoke bowl after bowl till we smoke the whole bag.
I must admit I'm a habitual smoker. High as fuck, still looking for something to roll up. On weed maps, when the harvest gone. Not in a rock band, but still I'm a rolling stone. Raw papers, swisher sweets, don't fuck with blunt wraps. Quarter zip, had a zone, looking at my bag like where my bud's at. Hits from the bong in the AM. Had shit to do, got high and delayed them. Tricks off of kids and games, I don't play them. Fuck with real niggas, lame. Stay far away from enemy while smoking on some good cookie. Purple like Barney and green like a leprechaun. Transformer OG, your weed got hella seeds. Decepticon, blow big kush, probably while my mind's mush. But oh well, roll up and inhale, exhale.
Smoke blunt after blunt, dab after dab, smoke joint after joint till we smoke the whole bag. We smoke O after O, gram after gram, smoke bowl after bowl till we smoke the whole bag. When the lighter sparks once is done with chain smoking, brain toasted, fried, my eyes remain focused, low but still blowing them O's with my associates. We get high, you know we give no shits. Words are hypnosis, herbs we hit, toke it, rip, hold it.
choke like your ribs broken. Welcome to the wax room where lungs inhale like a vacuum. I love that smell and how the track moves. Feel it in the air, it's that smooth, sweet odor. Half of the weed smokers I'm with are weed growers. The other half is shattered, don't think that they breathe slower. One hit could have a kick that knocked Bruce Lee over. Me, I'm a loose leaf roller. Chief burns till I return and do this thing over. Twist another Buddha lover, turn the scene colder. Green after green, we can't be sober. But if you ask me, why would you be sober? Blunt after blunt, dab after dab, smoke joint after joint till we smoke the whole bag. We smoke O after O, gram after gram, smoke bowl after bowl till we smoke the whole bag.
Yeah. Ain't no love in the heart of the city. They want an ounce for 100, but around it's 250. I'm blown dumb, stupid, red-shot eyes. I just blame it on my allergies, my fam know I'm lying. I like to blow that Humboldt County, even really dig their brownies. I stay cushed up, doing errands, feeling drowsy. Smoke some Kim Dog to keep my ass awake. That sativa do the trick, even if you got shake. I'm always rolling and rolling, smoking and smoking, lighting joints and joints of nothing but Poland. Always fresh to the death of me. Stay with some broccoli, don't bother me if you didn't put in on this.
We smoke blunt after blunt, dab after dab, smoke joint after joint till we smoke the whole bag. We smoke O after O, gram after gram, smoke bowl after bowl till we smoke the whole bag.
O after O. Oh, are you next?
Oh, they are?
Yeah. Get high. That was pretty cool, dude.
Thanks,
I
man.
actually, I didn't say it yet,
Nice
but
saxophone on
I've been listening to it off and on for the last 2 weeks now, and I caught myself in the middle of the night singing that shit. I was like, wow, all right.
That's tight,
so
man.
if I know a song, got to catch a tune if I start singing it. So good job.
Appreciate
keep going,
it. Thanks,
keep going.
Rob. Thank you, man. Appreciate you guys.
And how would they find that if they wanted to check it out on online or whatever?
Online, it's on. You can go on YouTube and just search Slick C. You can put "We Get Higher," it'll pop right up. You could also stream it on Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify. It's also on SoundCloud too, as well too. It's on my Twitter.
Okay.
Twitter.
Right on.
At the Real Slick C.
There you go.
And all these, if someone wanted to have you perform, or they needed to get a hold of you, the same thing, or
Yeah, they keep me on Twitter at the Real Slick C. I respond frequently on there, more active. Facebook, Slickerson Reeferson. YouTube, Money Music ENT1.
anyone who helps you out, you want to throw a shout out to?
Shout out to my team, Money Music. Shout out to my bro, Ital Santos.
What do they do?
My bros from Money Music, it's our squad. We're just a big team, you know what I mean? They support everything I do. I've been with them for about 3 or 4 years already now. And we're just an independent label, you know what I mean? They give me the freedom to make whatever kind of music that I want to do, you know what I mean?
That's
awesome. It's such a good, you know what I mean? It's such
We
a
have
good
a
thing
we have
to
a
be-
lot of freedom on this show.
That we do too. Yeah, I like that, man.
I hope we maintain
Shout
it,
out.
man.
feel like a prisoner in a concentration camp right now. I can't stand it.
No,
Okay,
but-
well, I think we have time for one more, dude. So let's. Okay. Are you down?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right.
Wow.
What do we got next coming up
this,
here?
This is the last song right here. The song's actually a unreleased song. I got a new project coming out with my boy Ital Santos from Black Cloud Music. Me and him did a collab project, and this one's featuring myself, him, and my boy Notice Young. He's also from San Bernardino as well too.
Oh,
this is
shout
more
out,
of a. This is
shout
more
out
of
for
a.
San Bernardino.
This is more of like a.
Does that guy smoke weed?
Oh, they all do.
His
They all
name
do.
sounds like he
Did
smokes.
you just out him on air?
No, he knows. Shout out to my
Does
team.
everybody know?
Shout out. What up, Ital?
Big him
What's
up.
up?
Right on. Big ups to the sound guy fixing all the F-bombs.
Yes, thank you.
Big him up.
Appreciate that guy.
I need a sound etiquette class.
Yeah, this one right here is real.
That's an engineer over there.
Engineer guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, engineer.
He needs a dab at.
I'm from Old Hollywood. We used to call them sound guys. A long time ago.
You have to be a good engineer on Cannabis Corner. You know.
Oh yeah, man.
Let's hit it, brother, for sure.
All right, appreciate it.
Light that shit up. Yeah. Check. Yeah. I see the different colors Now gotta just follow and play it out, riding around the Vegas Strip. Jameson on the rocks, puffing it out with a couple freaks. One got on her knees, the other one got double D's. She about to swallow, the other about to follow. Well, I'm looking at you, girl. Now we locked and loaded, got back, my mind exploded. Took another hit off the tree, my mind's in motion. Now I feel the notion, my mind's getting higher. It's smoking on the fire, I could be the provider. All you gotta do is ask, and I can just make a fuck over fast. Girl, don't even trip about the cash, we're getting enough, this night is gon' last. Now she's saying she don't smoke, but she ain't even tripping. She's cool off the second hand, vibing, I'm smoking.
It don't matter, I'm still rolling it up. I'm in love with the feeling. All the weight don't matter, I'm still blowing it up. I'm in love with the feeling.
Yo, she ain't fucking with ya, she rolling with the winners. Staying clear of them losers, rolling up in us. We got that Bombay, I call it incredible. Forgot I had a stash with a peanut butter edible. I'm laid back, chillin', say what you want though. Don't give a damn, I'm turning down the Optimo. It's either joint swishers or maybe even Dutchess. You rollin' raw papers, please don't forget the crutches. Or funky field tips, make it taste greater. Some raider like, be real, quit being a hater. Hot box sessions, ain't no rolling down the window. All top shelf, nobody rolling up pretendo. They say we low life, but how can that be? I got my medical card right on me. I'm smoking.
It don't matter, I'm still rolling it up. I'm in love with the feeling. All the weight don't matter, I'm still blowing it up. I'm in love with the feeling.
Arrived on that, my only job. Now I suppose it's just to jot my feelings down and let him know. Man, I'm daydreaming. Well, I guess I gotta rob another shitty rapper slot to make sure your head'll nod. Man, I stay scheming, but the weed got me stuck on stupid. Ain't nothing wrong with it, I ain't making any excuses. Truthfully, it enhances the process of music being made, so no reason for me to say it's useless. Aside from my lungs receiving couple bruises. Money blown, but I'm happy as fuck, I know you notice. Yeah, notice young, notice bong, got me gone. Don't know for how long I'll be laying in the lawn to let the sun shine and burn away the shade you throw. You wrong, you dead wrong, but I will save that topic for another song.
All the hate don't matter, I'm still rolling it up. I'm in love with the feeling. All the weight don't matter, I'm still blowing it up. I'm in love with the feeling.
So if you hit the bong, you end up on the lawn.
Happened.
Man, I don't think I've had that kind of weed yet.
That's some good stuff right there, man.
Appreciate it, man.
And then you brought in a pound, or what was it? You brought in a pound, and I don't know. It's good stuff, dude.
It was just stuff that everybody could relate to, man. You know what I mean?
There's all these weed references. I was trying to remember them all, but that's cool, dude.
Is the dabs in the air affecting you?
I am carrying the contact quitter, so it does happen.
Yeah, that stuff doesn't
We're
affect
smoking
me
as
in
you're
any
taught us
way.
about.
No, to
sure?
be totally honest, it doesn't affect me. You can't even really smell it. It's like you're blowing out vapor or something to me.
Ah, nice.
Rob, though, you don't dab?
Nice.
No, but especially not on air. I don't do that. But I want to make sure that I'm the one person here that they can go to. Make sure you.
I'm fine, man. You kidding me?
And
I can do all kinds of stuff now.
I'll leave all the entertaining to Elmo over here. For sure.
Like a performance.
Well, you see, you notice that though. I'm still able to function after taking multiple dabs.
Yeah, he's does great.
I am wanting to do a demonstration out into the parking lot here, and I would like to get support from the city and possibly the city police department to put a driving demonstration on to just show, ask. I'll bring, a pound of weed, a slab of oil, How much do you want me to consume? And
then
I'll take a
DUIs at the end of the study.
Well, no. I will consume, whatever amount that they want,
and they think is gonna get you intoxicated.
And I'll drive my own car.
Are you gonna wear "I Love Kush" T-shirt
on a closed course right here in the parking lot of the mall? We'll set up traffic cones and make. When I was in Pennsylvania and you took your driver's test, they didn't take you out onto the public streets to take your driving test. They took you on a closed course, and they had traffic cones that you had to maneuver through and do the 3-point turn and park parallel, all that stuff, without actually being on the streets.
So you want to do with on cannabis and not on cannabis and see if there's a difference, or
see if there's a difference. See if what amount would it take for law enforcement to consider me intoxicated? What amount of cannabis would it take for law enforcement to say, I'm unable to safely operate this vehicle?
Then we're going to blow their mind away when they see how much we can actually use. They're going to be like, wow, that's like a class 3 felony. I'm just joking.
I'd assume eventually, I guess it would be illegal for officers to use cannabis, but once it was
I'm not
legal,
asking. I'm not asking them to take it. I'm saying,
let us smoke and then let us drive and show them.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to be a part of.
But it's different per people though, because the levels, ganja works different on everybody.
Have to do it,
it's too easy.
If they had a drunk drive, if they had to drive under the influence of cannabis at least one time, it's kind of like they pepper spray each other in the face.
You know what? That's a good analogy. That's a way to look at something.
But somebody that doesn't smoke herb compared to somebody that does smoke herb, to be driving, if the cop has never smoked herb in his whole life, if he's used to slamming liquor and doing coke, that's a way different officer on ganja. So I got to make sure that this guy knows he's got to be seasoned in his work. So
hopefully we don't have any officers like that on the
they've had a bad rap with me lately, so that's what I've heard. So I'm just joking. It's just we got to make sure that the cops, if they don't smoke like a normal person that doesn't smoke, I don't want them getting high and then going into driving a vehicle. So if a cop doesn't smoke, it'd be like us being pepper sprayed. It's a little bit different like that, because if they smoke herb and they never do, they're going to drive real crazy and dumb, and they're going to think everybody's like that. They're going to panic and get paranoid, and that's the problem that we're going to have if a cop smokes. So he needs to have somebody that's a seasoned smoker, a good patient that knows what they're doing and has been smoking quite a bit, that drives, that needs to.
That's an interesting point. Should there be a differentiation between the...
Yeah, because I don't want anybody if I ever help a patient that's never smoked herb before, you don't tell them to drive.
How would you register that? Like, how when you drink, you can at a certain weight level, you can have a certain amount of drinks. How would you?
They're going to figure. They have a lot of those studies already figured out.
Yeah, that's a little complex, but it's interesting to say that, hey, this guy has a tolerance, so it should be different than the person who doesn't have a tolerance.
And that's where it's going to be some type of average point, because 0.8 for some people is going to get me loaded. I'm loaded at 0.8 in alcohol, or 0.08. I'm done, floored. So
wow.
Not a ganja,
and we're at the end of our show again. Chalice
cake on Friday, Wu-Tang Saturday, Migos Sunday.
Speaking of cake, go to YouTube, find their song
Going the
Distance, and share it on Cannabis Corner's Facebook page to get a entry to win this. Yes.
Boom. Cake. Going the distance.
That's easy enough, right? Go ahead and do it. Now, can they do it if they watch it on the Ustream?
No, they have to go to YouTube, find the cake video, and share it onto our page, so that we know that they have an entry.
It has to be before I get home and post this all up, and so within an hour.
Oh no, they could, if they're watching back on Ustream, they have all the way until next week to get their next entry in. So
get them on in here.
Yep.
All right.
Peace.
Sounds great. All right. Thank you, team. Thank you, Cannabis Corner. Thanks, Mr. Slick.
ChaliceCalifornia.com.
Yes.
Woo!
Chalice.
Don't criticize it.
This is 1050 AM, KCAA Lowland Up, and 106.5 FM, Yucaipa.
The heart of the Wild West and pumping out loud and crystal clear from sea to shining sea, all the way from pole to freezing pole. and everywhere in between. It is my humble honor and pleasure to welcome you to Midnight in the Desert. I'm Heather Wade. Now, the rules of the program are no bad language, 2 calls per show, and tell your friends about Midnight in the Desert. All right, so my guest this evening is Jill Hansen. Fascinating lady, absolutely fascinating lady. And we're going to talk tonight about quantum consciousness. And if you don't know what quantum consciousness is, stay tuned and you'll find out, all right? So, I got a kind of amusing story for you. Everybody could probably use a good laugh right about now, right? I mean, the coverage of the shooting in Orlando is just nonstop. And I am going to talk about that here in a minute, just a little bit more. But since we all need a good laugh, I'd like to bring this story to you. A listener sent this to me, and that listener did not say what their name is, but they did say, hey, I thought you would get a kick out of this, and I did. So, up in Oregon, at the Eagle Point Walmart, Robert Borba, a cowboy, he noticed a lady screaming. And she was screaming that someone was trying to steal her bike. So what does he do? What does a cowboy do? Well, he goes to his horse trailer, gets his horse out, and gets a rope. And he says here he saw him, the bike thief, trying to get up to speed on a bicycle. And the cowboy, Robert Borba, said, well, I just don't run very fast. So he actually got on a horse, chased after the guy, and lassoed the bike thief. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Just picture that scene, right? Can you imagine the other people in the parking lot, what they thought when they saw that? And a statement from the cowboy himself, Robert, he said, well, I use a rope every day. That's how I make my living. If it catches cattle pretty good, well, it will catch a bandit pretty good. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard when I read this story. Now, he kept him, the bike thief, lassoed up. He got the lasso around his legs, actually, and drug him away from the bicycle and kept him there until police officers arrived. And when they arrived, they found the man lassoed and the bike on the ground in the parking lot. Eagle Point Police Sergeant Darren May said, we've never had anyone lassoed and held until we got there. That's a first for me. Just pretty funny, right? So the man who was trying to steal the bike was arrested, taken to jail. Oh my gosh, you cannot make this stuff up, what's going on in the news right now. That one was too much to pass up. Oh my gosh. All right. Now on to more serious topics. So, as I'm going through the news and I'm looking at all these different stories about the Orlando shooting that took place over the weekend, it turns out that the shooter's wife knew about it, actually drove the car to Disney World and to the Pulse nightclub to help him scope out these locations. So it's likely that charges could be pressed against her as an accessory in it. That was one of the stories that I saw. And then I came across the most disgusting thing that I think I have ever seen in this short lifetime of mine so far. There's a little tiny church in the Sacramento area of California called the Verity Baptist Church. Now, I hope you're sitting down. We've heard a lot of ugly comments back and forth surrounding this shooting, but this tops them all. Pastor Roger Jimenez on Sunday morning. So the shooting takes place 2 a.m., between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, Sunday morning, Pacific Time, this pastor gets up and he says, and I quote, "The tragedy is that more of them didn't die. The tragedy is I'm kind of upset that the gunman didn't finish the job. Do you believe this? Do you believe this? This kind of medieval Dark Ages thinking is what's keeping us divided now. So, longtime leaders in Sacramento's faith community say that they have never heard of this guy, that he doesn't have affiliation with the greater Baptist community of our country, but that, he can get up there and say these things with a straight face. So a reporter by the name of Marcos Brenton of the Sacramento Bee goes and seeks out Pastor Roger Jimenez, knocked on his door to ask him about these comments because a YouTube video was posted that quickly went viral, and then YouTube took the video down Tuesday because it is it's absolute hate speech. So this reporter goes and knocks on the door to talk to this guy, this pastor, and the pastor defended his comments. He absolutely defended his comments. He would not back down. And he said, and this is the pastor again, all I'm saying is that when people die who deserve to die, it's not a tragedy. What in the world? So people have asked me since last night's show, they're kind of confused as to what I stand for, if I'm anti-Muslim or what, right? Well, no, I am not anti-Muslim. I'm anti-innocent people being killed. I don't really care who's doing the killing. I'm against, I don't want to see anybody innocent being killed anywhere. That's it. That's exactly what I stand for. Over on North American Skype, you're on the air.
Hey, Heather, how's it going?
Oh, well, it's a little soon and the night is young.
Well, this is Sunshine from Indiana.
Well, hello, Sunshine.
I gotta tell you, I'm really looking forward to the topic tonight. You got a great guest.
Oh, so am I. And it's just perfect timing, isn't it? I mean, we all could use a break. I mean, it's overload on television with the news.
Oh, it really is. It really is. And I saw Art's status today, and I actually wanted to make a comment on that, if that's okay.
No, shoot. Go right. I probably shouldn't use that expression anymore. Go right ahead.
Probably not. But for people who don't know, Art made a status earlier today asking why people don't say radical Islam. And I'd like to explain why that is, if that's all right.
Be my guest.
All right. So ISIS and other terrorist organizations that claim to be Muslim are not following the true Islamic faith, but a sick, twisted version of Islam. And saying radical Islam justifies that what they're doing is indeed in accordance with the Islamic faith. And I've got a friend in Pakistan, actually, who's a Muslim, and he's a great guy. He's a good old boy, loves cars. He's like a Pakistani redneck, really.
Well, if he likes cars, if he's a gearhead, I already like him.
Well, I've got a quote from him that I wanted to share. He said, "They're not Muslim, period. I would fill a book if I went into a rant about how many core Islamic commandments and values they violate